Hey guys, welcome to the 2018 MCAT preparation questions. This is question 24 in this series. So today's question is this one right here. What we have is a rectangular field. You guys can read the question, actually. I don't need to read it out. But when you do read it, pause the question video and try the question by yourself and see how far you can actually go with this question. Okay, I'm hoping you guys have had a chance with the question. So the way I'm going to start this question is what are all the things that I know? I know that the area of this rectangle is actually 400 meters squared. And I also know that the perimeter of this rectangle that's being used is 60. Okay? Now, area could be written as base times height. So I can actually say base times height of this rectangle is 400. Now, with the perimeter of a rectangle, you've got 2 base plus 2 height. All right? However, in this particular case, this side is actually not being used, which means we've actually got a height twice, but the base is actually being done by only once. Okay, so let me just change the color scheme here so you can kind of see what's happening. So if that's the case, what I can then say is I can write this as base plus 2h, because that's 2h. That's what I'm using, and that's actually equal to 60. Okay, so the next step ideally you want to be doing is you want to actually replace one of these letters. So you want to substitute something from here into this equation, and that's quite easy because we can actually say base could be written as 60 take away 2h. Okay, because when I take 2h to the other side, it's actually going to be negative, so that can be said as 60 minus 2h. So once I have base as 60 minus 2h, I could actually take this thing right here and substitute it instead of this b. So what ends up happening is I actually have, instead of that orange b letter, I could actually write 60 minus 2h multiplied by h is equal to 400, because remember, base times height is equal to 400. So now I need to expand the brackets. So I've got 60h minus 2h squared is equal to 400. So at this point, I want to bring all the elements to the right hand side, or whichever side is easy for you. But I actually don't like this negative 2h squared, so I'm going to take it to the opposite side, and the 60h as well. But I'll do one step at a time so you guys can see. So 60h could be written as, because negative 2h squared comes to the right hand side, it now becomes positive 2h squared plus 400. And then I've got to get rid of the 60h, so it becomes 2h squared. But because I've got the 60h coming over to this side, it's minus 60h plus 400. So at this point, I've actually got a quadratic. And again, you know, this is a quadratic with a value of greater than 2. But the one thing is that everything has got a factor of 2. So I can actually rewrite this as 0 is equal to 2 multiplied by h squared minus 30h plus 200. Okay, and now 0 divided by 2 is 0, which means I got a nice quadratic that looks like this. 0 equals h squared minus 30h plus 200. So at this point, I'm looking for two numbers that actually multiply to 200 and add up to minus 30. So in this case, I'm going to get it as h minus 20 and h minus 10, because negative 20 times negative 10 is 200, and negative 20 and negative 10 is actually equal to negative 30. Okay, so at this point, I can actually say, therefore, h minus 20 is equal to 0, or h minus 10 equals to 0. So when I do this, my first answer is h is equal to 20, and my second answer is h is equal to 10. Okay, that seems a bit weird, or is it? Because think about it. When you have a rectangle like this, right? And I'm going to draw you guys both of these rectangles at the bottom here. So, for example, you know, this is the first rectangle, right? So if the height is 20, so we're going to get 20, 20, and 20 as the base, because all three numbers have to add up to 60. And if that's the case, 20 times 20, which is the area, is actually equal to 400. Okay, so you could have a 20 by 20 rectangle, or the second rectangle is, because you've got 10 as the height, so that'll become 10 and 10. That means you've got 40 left over for the perimeter, and then 40 times 10 is also 400. So your second rectangle is 40 by 10. Okay, so you've actually got two possible rectangles in this situation for this particular situation that we've been given. All right, guys, that's basically it for this little video here. If you have any questions, pop it in the comments below. But apart from that, thank you for watching. And as usual, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe this video.